GTV welcomes you to the following presentation of Grizzlies High School Sports.
Welcome, Goffstown fans, to Week 4, Goffstown Grizzly football. I'd like to welcome you with Jeff Ruthia behind the camera, Adam McCune behind the scenes, the best stats man in the business. That's Jeff Hubbard. And I'm Al Potman, the voice of the Grizzlies. Well, we see us here at Week 4 after a win for the Grizzlies last week, Jeff. It was nice to see both sides of the ball, a good balance between the running game and the passing game. And let's take a quick look at what's happening around the league. Because it's Friday night, folks, the only other Division I games happening tonight are Salem versus Bedford. Jeff, I think that's going to be a big one.
Bedford is a powerhouse team still this year, Al. We've said it every week. And look for them to do something big. I
think Bedford's going to end up 4-0 after tonight. We'll see when we get home. Next one is the Battle of Nashua. Nashua North and Nashua South. Care to take any guess there, Jeff?
I'll take a stab. I'm going to go north, Al.
I'm going to take the south. So, folks, remember that. I'm taking the south. Jeff's taking the north for Nashua. The only other D1 game is Spalding and Keene.
Again, should be an interesting matchup. Spalding puts up a pretty good program. The Red Raiders out there, and the Keene Knights, another good program. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See how this goes. But both of those programs are a solid Division I program, and should be a good game.
It's going to be interesting to see. I like Friday night games. Folks, this is a fan favorite. Friday night game, beautiful night again. Jeff, this is 4 weeks in a row now. I don't know how much more our luck is going to continue, but I'm liking the weather. I'm liking the night games. It's all about high school football. Friday night light, under the lights.
I agree, Al. Nothing better than Friday night lights, and we have been – you can't get luckier than this. Game 4 of the season, and we've had great weather for football every night this year. It's been outstanding. It's a pleasure to be out here tonight, and fingers crossed, no rain or wind comes in. Well,
Jeff, we're in for a battle tonight. I mean, we have the Little Green of Central. They're just coming off a win off of Memorial, 42-13, and they lost early on in the game in the year to Concord, 35-6. That Concord is still doing a number on teams. They maintain the number 3 position in the power rankings. Bedford's number 2, and Exeter is still at number 1. But, this Central offense for that mid-tier teams, they're really doing a good job of putting a lot of points on the board. The person to look out for ultimately on this Central team is Josiah Wade. He scored 4 touchdowns. Jeff, we know we talk about the running games an awful lot. 285 yards rushing, folks. 285 yards rushing and on 4 touchdowns. His long run was 49 yards. So he's clearly the big play threat that we have to look out for. Their quarterback, Rich Greeley, did throw for a touchdown, 63 yards, but clearly their game is their running game.
And they have depth at all the skill positions, Al. Richie Greeley's got a backup behind him who could be a starter at most other high schools. And Anthony, and he's an outstanding quarterback in his own right. So we'll see. They've got depth. So no matter what happens with them, even if fatigue or injury kicks up, they're actually pretty deep in skill positions, and they're going to be able to take this game all the way through 4 quarters.
Well, folks, something that you didn't get to see, but during the warm-ups, they pretty much filled the field from the 25-yard line down to the end zone. Jeff's absolutely right. They have an awful lot of players. It's reminiscent to when we were here for the Jamboree. There's an awful lot of players. That shaking the hand line at the end of the game is going to feel awfully long for these Grizzlies.
And again, it comes down to depth. When you have that much depth in a game like this, the Grizzlies are going to be tired in the 4th quarter, and Manchester is going to be running on fresh legs if they choose to switch it up. So it's going to be a tough battle, and Goffstown is going to have to play 4 full quarters of football tonight.
Yeah, it comes back to what Coach said last week about the stamina in the 4th quarter. Jeff, let's take a look at some of the stats for the Grizzlies last week against West.
Well, last week, obviously, great game, Al. And I think one thing to highlight, and I think one thing that the coach did very well, a lot of the seasoned veteran players were pulled back after we were up by several scores.
Not only smart, but I think it's a classy thing to do what Coach did.
It was a very classy move, and it also gave a lot of the underclassmen, a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores in on plays in the game. A lot of those guys got opportunities to run. They also got opportunities to get in defensively and make tackles, and a couple exciting plays. We also had little Peyton Bickford, scrappy freshman quarterback for Goffstown, get in there, and he had a 23-yard scamper on one play. Had a couple of runs that didn't yield positive yardage, but he had a great, fun, exciting run to see, and it's always good to see those young kids get in there.
Absolutely.
And make plays like
the coach commented this week before the game. I was able to chat with him. He said everybody that dressed for the game played in the game. And he says he loves the opportunity when he has games and he's able to put everybody in that game. And as like you said, as a freshman, that's a great opportunity. I mean, you're playing against some big, very, crazy big kind of guys. But what he was proud of most was that he left them in to the very end of the game, and some of these freshmen came up big. Now, what about that interception that was in the end zone?
The
That's
final
a big play.
That was by Josh Bethune. Final drive of the series. Coach left in freshman while West was driving on a scoring play. And in the red zone, Coach left all those freshmen
left them all in.
and they came up with an INT.
Coach, that's kudos to
Good
you.
job,
Great
Justin.
job, Coach.
Great call on that one. Another thing to just to note and look at here, we've got some outstanding players on both sides of the ball right now for Goffstown. Casey Gervais has been absolutely lighting it up. He's got 7 passing touchdowns now and 3 touchdown runs on the year. 684 total yards between passing and rushing. Connor Bork, 389 total yards. 2 touchdown catches, receptions this year, 2 touchdown runs to go with that. Very exciting player to watch. And we've got some defensive standouts here. Ryan Pennard, 29 tackles on the year, and again, he hits with thump.
Let me ask everybody, do we have a nickname for Ryan Pennard? Do we just call him the Animal?
The Animal, or Thump. I
or
like Thump.
Let's call him Thump.
He hits with some thump. You hear his pads. And
Ryan Pennard, your nickname is now Thump. How about that?
You got Cam Bond, sophomore, with 17 tackles, an interception, and a sack on the year.
Jeff, if I can just add something real quick, what was interesting about Cam Bond was we noticed early on, right at the very beginning of the game, both Cam Bond and Mitchell Kusan, Flowmaster, played the defensive end position. We both noticed that it's very unusual for the size of those kids. The coach decided to go with speed rather than size in that position, and he was very happy with the result.
Oh, it paid off immediately.
Absolutely.
Sack for Mitchell Kusan on first play of the game against West on our defensive stand.
Yep.
That was great. And on that note, Mitchell had 2 sacks last week. That was an outstanding performance on his part. We've got Ian Ruthier leading the team now with 34 tackles on the year and 2 sacks out.
That's fantastic.
Doing solid. Both of the Como brothers are contributing very well. And Alex Duvall is also contributing with 14.
Something else about the defense, Jeff, chatting with the coach, is that he said, this is a perfect explanation, folks, of teamwork. He says, yes, right now we are seeing some standout plays by some guys. We got Ruthier. We got Thump. We got Pennard making some big plays. But what he did say was ultimately it's because the defensive line is maintaining the blocking on that line of scrimmage. It's giving the linebackers a second to take a look at what's going on and really throw in that thump. So, yes, those are the ones that we keep saying name after name,
Absolutely.
tackle after tackle. But it's a perfect example of how teamwork is really coming together with this squad.
And, one other thing that's just an obvious point to note with those players that are really making those big contributions, standing up plays, getting in on a lot of tackles, making the sacks, they're athletic, fast football players. One guy who we didn't see much last week was Ben Genest, who's in that category. He is an athletic, fast football player, and Coach wouldn't mind seeing a little more of Nesty on the D side of the ball. But you're right, Al. It's the speed that sets up those backers to be able to come in and make plays.
Everybody, everybody's heard the expression: offense wins games, defense wins championships. But if you take a look at the NFL, the top 27 scorers of the NFL of all time have been special teams, right? So let's talk about special teams just for 1 second.
Sure.
We got a guy like Connor Bork. How many yards does he run for? What was his big long run last week?
His rushing totals for the year are 221 yards. The one thing that we have not extrapolated out of the stats, Al, is total yardage as far as return yards, kick return yards, because Connor had a 70-yard kick return called back with a touchdown last week. He would have hundreds of special teams yards.
He did, in fact, have a long touchdown run, I believe. And, not only what we both observed right away, and I talked to the coach about this, and they picked up on it, was not only did he run for 70 yards, but when we kicked off, he was the first person down the field on the kick defense, and he made the tackle twice on the special teams.
3 tackles on the day for Connor last week. Never played defense. Yeah. Those were all special teams tackles. He's fast. He's on the ball. He's active. You got to like that. You got to reward that, too. Having him out there at the safety position, he's a ball hawk. That would be a spot where it'd be fun to see him also. Plus, he's got the wheels to keep people from beating you deep. He's really got the speed to make up ground if he has to. Great, fun player to watch.
You know, what's interesting this week, we've seen a lot of different weapons. We talked about weapons that Casey Gervais has last week. You know, everybody from the tight end, Big Tex. We got Ginger Ninja out on the wide receiver. We even have Matt Collins over in the slot. What he said was, keep an eye out this week, Jeff. This is pretty interesting. This is probably going to be news to you, is that look out for the Collins in the quarterback position in a 3-back formation with Gervais as a wide receiver, not as a quarterback.
That's interesting to see them spread out. Casey is certainly an athletic enough player to be able to pull off a receiver position and do well for them in that regard. I think that's kind of an odd move, the way that Casey has been orchestrating the offense so lately.
He has been controlling it.
I think that Collins makes an excellent slot receiver, and mixing up the plays, though, this is something that I think we could all agree on. It's a good time to make a move. It's time to mix up the running plays on offense.
Sure.
If you have to add a back into the backfield, if you have to add different formations, if you have to pull linemen, whatever we got to do to mix that up, the short yard rushing game has not been very effective, and this is a good move on the coach's part to make something happen there.
I'm excited to see this, folks. I hope you're excited to see the game. I mean, this 3-back formation is something different that the Grizzlies are going with, and like you said, it's going to add another dimension to the game.
You know, one more odd special teams tidbit, but we've both seen this, and we've been talking about this too.
I know where you're going with this.
The punting game.
Yes,
you know,
Big Tex.
I got to give Paul Teixeira a lot of credit because he has been kicking like an NFL punter. NFL punters average about 40-something yards a kick.
He had, 50 yards, 45
He's had
yards?
a couple of 60-plus yard kicks for us. He's had some good bounces that have bounced, and they've been a Goffstown bounce. But, boy, that has really helped out. It's kept the other teams in poor field position a lot of the season and gotten us out of trouble when we couldn't move the chains. And that's been really a key piece to us staying in games.
Yep. The coach had a mention about Tex. He said, basically he's able to outrun the defenders on the sideline when he's going deep. He's able to catch in traffic, which obviously is important, and that's where I think I call him more of a tight end. You've heard me say that now for a couple of weeks. I really think he fits the mold of the tight end, and he gets a lot of yaks, as they call it. He gets a lot of yards after the catches. I think we should take a look out for him. I know one of my players of the game tonight is probably to look out for Big Tex. I want to see that tight end. I want to see that in the red zone. I think he's a big target for that quarterback, regardless of who the quarterback is, whether it's Collins or Gervais. But that's my player of the game to keep an eye out for tonight. Look out for Big Tex, number 81.
My player of the game, Al, is going to be Connor Bork. And I know we talked about this. We both think he's an exciting player to watch. But Connor is a small, shifty runner, and this Manchester team's a pretty big team. Watch for him to break something loose and make a couple of real exciting plays for the fans here on the sideline today.
I think all around we got Thump on defense. We got Ruthier crashing the line. We got Kusan and Cam Bond in the new positions of the defensive end. On the offense, there's a lot of weapons. I'm going for Big Tex tonight. You're going for Bork. Let's see what happens. It's going to be neat with the three-back system. It's going to be a fun night here over in Manchester at Gill Stadium, folks. We hope you enjoy the game. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, welcome, fans. Getting ready for kickoff here at Gill Stadium. Historic Gill Stadium, set back to receive. Looks like we have Connor Bork and the Ginger Ninja.
And it's a short kick to Zach Como. And Zachary with a pickup of about 6 yards, Al.
Right down on the 30-yard line. Grizzlies will take over 1st and 10, starting off this wonderful game. Wonderful night here, folks. Wish you were here to enjoy it.
Oh, boy, we've said it before, Al, but, oh, boy, we have been lucky this year. Spectacular weather. Great night for football.
Great night for anything.
It is.
Deerfield Fair is this weekend. Jeff, you headed down there?
Plenty of packing over there at the Deerfield Fair, I'll tell you. Wicked good funnel cake, too.
Gervais in the shotgun. Connor Bork to his left. I guess we're going to not see the three-back system right away. Quick pass out. Big Tex. Loss of about 4 yards, Jeff.
Yeah. Looks like maybe a loss of 1 they're giving him on the play, Al.
Nice. Gervais keeps it himself, rolls out to the right. He's got some room. Going to be knocked out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by number 8. That's Julio Rincon. He's a senior.
And that's what we talk about, Al. That's moving the chains. That's what Casey seems to have a knack for. 14-yard scamper picks up the first down.
Gervais in the shotgun. Steps back, quick pass out to, pass is incomplete, intended for Christian Marquis. He's second down.
Not an easy catch, back shoulder, but like to see Christian reel those ones in. He's got space, and he's another one of those players that if he can get the ball in space, he is a shifty runner.
Not only space, he picks up just one block, and it's going to be 6 points for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Gervais with the keeper himself.
Ooh.
He was hammered, Jeff.
Pickup of a yard or two.
Who was that big body that hit him?
Boy, I don't
Looks
know.
like number 23, Tyler Kelly. He's a senior.
I hope that part of that was him going into a slide, Al, because that was a hit.
Yeah. We don't want to call him Waffle by the end of the game.
No.
Gervais set back. Pass out. Pass intended for 81. Big Tex, Paul Teixeira. On the coverage was number 8 for the Little Green, Julio Rincon. You know, it looks like there's a big size difference between Julio and Big Tex on that, so I think that might be an interesting matchup. We might see them go to him a little bit more.
Boy, if the ball is there, Al, then something's going to happen. But, you know, Casey's just going to have to get the ball into Tex's hands on that one. And speaking of Tex, he kicked a drop kick. He fumbled the ball and booted it.
Well, that's probably a good thing, Jeff, because like I said, waiting for that reception was there's a flag on the field.
Flag on the play. I think they're not allowing the drop kick on that play.
We're ready to receive that was that Josiah Wade for the Little Green had 224 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. So it might be good that it kind of was a dribble kick over to him.
Let's see what they're going to call this. You don't see that often, a fumble and then a drop kick punt.
You know, and even saying, Jeff, he still picked up 30, 35 yards on that.
Yeah, let's see what happens on who this is on.
Looks like coach is trying to get an explanation.
They are saying that you can't drop kick the punt. However, they are allowing the field position to stand.
At the 34-yard line for the Little Green as they take over 1st and 10 in this first quarter. Jeff, like I said, look out for number 25, Josiah Wade. He's
and
nice.
Big hit by.
Very nice. You know, Jeff, we've seen that all along. Either Thud or Ian Ruthier are going to come in, tie him up around the legs, and then somebody else comes and finishes him right off.
Ian Ruthier was in there, Tim Como, even Alex Duvall got in on that. Boy, that adds to Ruthier's tallies this year, Al.
Look, you can see Mitchell and Cam Bond just itching to get in there behind the line of scrimmage.
And Duvall takes down Josiah.
Yep. Alex Duvall on the tackle. It is a first down, however, for the Little Green. 1st and 10 as they're just about 4 yards short of the midfield.
And that is truly a case of Flash Gordon being the savior of the universe again, Al, because had he broken that, there was a lot of green for Manchester after that.
This secondary is going to have to keep a close eye to that line of scrimmage, and if they get by those linebackers, they've got to come in and be a little bit stronger.
Oh, Tim Como.
There we go. Sam Sharon brings them right down.
On the sack. Sam Sharon with the sack for the first sack for the season.
Little Green with the 2-back formation. Right up the middle. Oh, boy. I know you're not going to be surprised, but Ian had him down by the knees again and dragged him right down.
Yeah,
Ruthier was right in there.
Ruthier was there. Looked like maybe Bond and Pernard. Ruthier, as a sophomore, he is as active as we have on defense, Al, for defensive players here. And boy, this is why he's leading the team in tackles. He's on the move all the time. Always
and the
nosing
quarterback
in on the
for
play.
Little Green is confirmed. It is number 12. It's Anthony DeMauro. He rolls out. Pass intended for number 8, Julio Rincon. Pass broken up by number 24. That's Zach Como on the coverage.
And I think I'd mentioned that in the pregame. Manchester has depth there. Anthony is a starting caliber quarterback, and that's why he's starting here today. I think they've had an interesting situation with Anthony and Richie Greeley all season, battling for this spot here.
Little Green set off the punt on their first possession.
Great kick.
Very good kick. It will go into the end zone. Set back to receive was Justin Warner. We had a lot of debate last week, and it is confirmed it's Justin Warner.
That's correct, Al. Plus, that was a 60-yard punt. That was a boot. There was a ton of leg on that.
Grizzlies take over at their own 20. Nice to see that defensive stand on that first possession, Jeff. Like to see that defense put up that stand and stop this potent running offense.
Let's see what Casey can
A lot of
orchestrate
weapons.
here.
Look at this. Gervais in the shotgun. Quick pass
hit.
to Big Tex.
Nice to see some
Pickup
positive
of
yardage.
about 7 to 8 yards, it looks like.
Boy, good catch by Paul.
Quick pass.
Quick pass. That might be the key. Nice 8-yard pickup.
They're going to lay off on the coverage, drop that pass in there, and let them get some yaks, right?
Maybe a 9-yard pickup on that play.
Gervais keeps it himself, rolls out to his left. He has more than the first down. Rolls to the outside on the 44-yard line. Casey Gervais with the keeper. You know, the coach was commenting, Jeff, last week that every play is designed for Casey to make that decision. Either keep it himself and go, hand it off to Connor Bork, or make that pass. He wants to make sure, as he said, as unlike most high school coaches, he likes to pass the ball. Gervais with another quick pass to Big Tex. Another pickup of about 9 yards on the play to Paul Teixeira, number 81. Grizzlies are moving the ball really nice as they're crossing midfield, Jeff.
Another 9-yard pickup for Teixeira. Nice pass by Casey. Put it right on the numbers again. Al, Big Tex was your pick today.
It sure was.
To be the Goffstown player of the game. And here comes the ball to him.
Oh, the flag is on the field. It looks like it's going to be pass interference. And you know what? Gosh, I got to tell you, Jeff, the coach has called it. He can catch under traffic. He's a deep threat. They got to put the pressure on him. And now they're getting too close, and now we're picking up more yardage.
Well, and Al, the reality is, if you can send receivers out and have a pass interference called on the defense, you got to take that every time. Automatic first down. That's a big play. Although this looks like
they're coming back.
It's a offensive pass interference against Big Tex.
You're kidding me.
They're calling him for the hands to the receiver.
Back in the studio, Adam, why don't you show everybody? Let's try to get a replay on that. I wish that we had the replay capability.
I think you see the hands go up. That might
push
be
off?
Kind of a push off, kind of a knocking the defender's hands down, Alan. It's too bad because that was kind of a tic-tac kind of play. It was right there. Both players had hands on each other.
Just trying to create that separation. Oh, boy. That's number 25 for Little Green. That's Josiah Wade. Win on the loss of yardage.
And a loss of about 3 for Connor Borg.
Here's a 3-back system he was talking about.
Yeah, and
To Connor Borg.
Marquis was that.
Rolls to the outside. Looks like he's out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Christian Marquis was set back off to his right. Connor Bork off to his left.
And that's a first down. That's about an 11-yard passing play.
Scoreboard reflects 4th and 9, Jeff. Looks like the big punt from Tex.
Oh, that is a
great kick. Deep kick. He's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go. Stiff arms Cam Bond. Rolls out to his right. He's taken off. He definitely has some green.
Oh, and
boy.
Every Grizzly is missing the tackle. Oh, and Teixeira gets in on his own.
Paul Teixeira finally gets in on that. And you know who was right behind him? Was Flash. Boy, that was a big run for the Little Green. That's number 25, Josiah Wade. You can see why he ran for over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns last week.
Now, Josiah just embarrassed about every player on the Goffstown kick team. Cam Bond had a shot at him. Big Dog Sherwood had a shot at him. The Comos and Ruthier had a shot at him. It looked like
certainly a strong runner.
Boy, he is a strong runner and manipulates traffic well, Al.
Right through the middle for the Little Green is number 33. That's Jorge Gomes.
And that's Big Joe Small on the tackle. So, Al, I think your prediction is looking good here for Tex to be the player of the game for the Goffstown.
Ready for the first quarter, offense and defensive side of the ball. That's Josiah Wade again. There is a flag down.
Cam Bond on the tackle. But there is laundry on the field, Al.
Holding the Little Green.
Holding.
It's going to cost him. No. Nice.
That's going to push it back to 2nd and long. Yeah, that's a tough penalty to take on a nice run like that. They're looking at about 2nd and 14 and a half yards here, Al.
Boy, Josiah just finds that hole, doesn't he? Alex Duvall tries to trip him up.
Taken down by Flowmaster.
Flowmaster finally gets his arms around his legs or something on that play.
Mitchell did a good job at actually wrapping him up and taking him out of bounds on the tackle.
You know, it seems like some of these teams, Jeff, have, one prolific player that just kind of can run the ball, do this. I still like the balance of the Grizzlies. You know, we get a lot of weapons. I like that they spread it out, and it's either a run or a pass, different weapons out there. And you got a lot of teams here that are just having one single back, and he does all the running. There we go, Josiah Wade one more time.
You know,
Zach Como on that tackle.
And Pinard.
Thud.
Yeah, Al, I do like the balanced attack, but I got to tell you, to have a big bruising fullback such as number 30 here for Manchester and Josiah right behind him, boy, I will take the hammer and the sickle right behind it, Al. Those guys are.
The fullback's an awfully big boy, isn't he?
He is, and
quarterback keeps it.
Oh,
dragged out of bounds.
Nice tackle there.
Pass is complete for the Little Green to number 18. Looks like Jacob Stanko. Was that Sam Sharon on the tackle?
That's Sharon. It looked like Justin was over there also. Good tackle by Sam. Yeah, if you watch this, if we watch some of the highlights on this film though, this fullback for Manchester is laying bruising hits up the hole.
Josiah Wade gets the carry, bobbles it a bit. In right away is number 26. That's Psycho. Isn't that Psycho?
Psycho, Justin
Warner. Looks like Josiah was bobbling the ball a bit. Justin took advantage of that, got right in on him.
Well, and it's lucky that his footing was slipping there, because that gave a defender time to come up and stop the play short.
Looks
very,
like it's
very
4th and
close.
4 for the Little Green.
Very close to the goal line here, Al.
Could do a nice defensive stand. I'd plug that middle. Quarterback pass is incomplete.
Looks like somebody got a hand on it.
Grizzlies will take over 1st and 10 deep in their own zone, but another nice defensive stand by the defense for the Grizzlies, Jeff.
Well, anytime you can get a short yardage stop for the defense down near the goal line, Al, it's a big morale booster. It says that you're not going to let these guys run all over you, and you're going to make a stand. What they need to do now is turn around and get out of their own red zone.
I think the Little Green might be a little surprised at how well a Division III team is doing up against a formative D1 component here.
And Connor Bork on the run.
Pickup of a few yards.
Pickup of about 5 on the play.
Let's get away from that red zone and let's move it more into midfield, Jeff.
Smart play. Smart play. Run the ball out.
Gervais set back. Quick pass out to Connor Bork. Cuts across the grain.
And a pickup of a couple.
A lot of work for a pickup of a couple on that one. Hard fought for sure.
Yeah, but it was a short pass to Connor and some space. And you got to take that out. You got to take the run and the short pass right now to get out of your own red zone. And I think that's what it looks like they're doing here. And 3rd and 4, you got to stick to the game plan.
Gervais set back, rolls to his left, bouncing off some defenders. They grabbed it, twisting and moving. It's going to be awfully close, or is it a first down, Jeff?
Oh, and he's got it.
1st and 10 for the Grizzlies as they continue to move outside of their zone, outside of that end zone.
Yeah, nice pickup for Casey. Pickup of a few to move the chains.
Hand off to Connor Bork. He's met by a pile of Little Green.
And scrapped and battled just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard short of the line of scrimmage, Al.
Quick pass out to Justin Warner. Breaks the tackle.
Makes a move.
All right. Looks like he's just about at the 24-yard line, 25-yard line. Folks, that brings us to a close of the first quarter, 0-0 Little Green and Grizzlies. But Jeff, I got to tell you, if you had to pick a team so far, I'd call this one to the Grizzlies. Those 2 defensive stands were awfully nice.
Well, it's a war of attrition right now, Al. They're battling with field position. Right now, Goffstown's still in their own zone, and I think we got to get it out past midfield and actually make another attempt at scoring drive here. Try to get into field goal range, and then I would say I would tip the scales in the favor of Goffstown, Al. But we've got to move the ball.
Battle of field position. Folks, I don't know about you, but that seemed like an awfully fast first quarter.
Boy, it did go quickly.
I think when you're moving the ball, running the ball like that clock going, running time, 12
well,
minutes
it was
isn't long.
action, some good drives, some nice kicks on special teams, including that interesting fumbled drop kick punt, which while Laundry was called on it, Al, the field position stood.
Yes, it did.
I wonder if Manchester had a chance to have us re-kick, but opted to just take the field position.
Grizzlies take over, 3rd down, 3 yards to go. As we start the second quarter.
3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Be nice to see something happen here. Connor Borg
keeps those legs moving.
Oh, and
Jeff, that's got to be a 1st down.
He's got it, Al.
1st and 10 for the Grizzlies as they keep moving, keep
That's
pounding.
about a 6-yard pickup for Connor.
Quick offense. Gervais in the shotgun. I like this fast offense. Quick pass out to number 26, Justin Warner. Struggled up a bit. Pickup of about maybe 7 yards.
That's a great play on 1st down. Now they got 2nd and short. That's a big boost right there to the play.
Look at no huddle, just get right back into it at the line of scrimmage.
And
I like the flow, I like the tempo, Jeff.
Opening up another weapon.
Christian Marquis in motion. Oh, pass was led just a little too much to Christian.
You know, you could see that. Casey was turning for the screen instantly. He was going to Marquis no matter what on that play, and he just over-anticipated it and laid it out low and in front of him.
I got to tell you, keep that play in the back pocket because that's going to work.
Let's back pocket's a good spot though, Al. Let's not run that again right now.
Here's the 3-back formation. Marquis and Bork. And they're moving the ball again.
And Connor Bork on kind of a draw play up the middle.
Another 1st down for the Grizzlies.
And it looks like they are indeed moving the chains. Oh, they might have to measure. No,
Nope.
They're giving it to him. That's a pickup of 5 yards. Connor quietly starting to have a decent rushing night.
Marquis in motion. Gervais set back to Connor Bork as he rolls to his left. Cuts back. He broke a tackle. He's got a lot of room. He's at the 30. Pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line by Little Green Julio Rincon. Big breakout play by Connor Bork. And Jeff, dare I say, that was your chosen player of the game.
That was he, and what a play. What a play, what a run.
Grizzlies 1st and 10 from their 10.
That's about a 50-yard scamper, Al.
Gervais, keeper, cuts back. Grab down, looks like he picked up maybe 2 yards on the play, Jeff. Gervais steps back, looks to throw. Connor Bork wide open on the left, is brought down at the 5-yard line. Okay. So about 4th and 5, Jeff?
Yeah, that's about a 5-yard pickup. That short pass to Connor seems to be pretty effective.
You know, we do have a new kicker out here. Okay. Oh, it's 3rd down, Jeff. I'm sorry. Gervais in the shotgun, Bork to his left. It's a keeper. Gervais takes it himself, easily walks into the end zone. Grizzlies strike first, 6 points on the board.
Another rushing touchdown for Casey on the year. And the kick after is good, Al.
7 for the Grizzlies.
And first score of the game coming in the second quarter.
Coming in here to historic Gill Stadium is awfully nice. To
Beautiful.
be the first one to strike.
Beautiful venue, nice turf field, beautiful night. The only thing that's unfortunate for us here is I'm not sure if we're getting a concessions delivery at halftime.
I agree. I don't think we have the connections here in Manchester as we do in Goffstown.
Well, if anybody could sympathize with our situation, I would not turn down a hot dog or cheeseburger.
Cheese steak, chicken palm,
Beggars can't be choosers, Al. I would
a
take it.
burrito. Take your pick.
If somebody could run across the street to Don Quixote's, I'd take a taco.
Szechuan house,
Oh.
even better.
Tasty.
Grizzlies set to kick.
And a good kick. Picked up at about the
Oh, it's bobbled.
12-yard
It's gonna give him
line.
time. Looks like that's Josiah Wade,
And
brought down by a lot of white shirts. Matt Collins is definitely in the mix over there.
55-43. Ruthier was getting drug around for a minute. Ruthier and
Pat Leahy,
Zach Como and Ryan Pinard.
good special teams attack.
And Manchester lines up to see what they can do here, Al. Now down 7. Okay, Ruthier was in on it again, and we had a Big Joe Small again.
Was that Josiah? No. Couldn't quite make out who had the ball for Little Green.
I think Big Joe Small met the ball carrier first, and Ruthier came in and helped him clean up.
That's Josiah Wade, brought down
By Ian
Ian
Ruthier.
Ruthier at the 41-yard line.
And that's Ruthier's 5th tackle on the game, Al. This is just no accident. This kid is, he's out there to tackle people.
You know, the coach did say that him and Thump, Ryan Pinard, it's no surprise that they're probably the two of the more dedicated in that weight room and two of the strongest, and it's certainly translating out on the field. Oh, boy, that's a big breakout run. He's got a lot of green. No one's going to touch him. That's number 25. That's Josiah Wade for the Little Green.
Boy, Ben Jeunesse showed some serious wheels there trying to hustle after him. Looks like Alex Duval was also, but realized it was futile with the wheels.
Boy, even if they caught up to him, how do you slow down that momentum?
He is fast.
Set to kick the extra point for Little Green is Keegan LaBarge. Oh, bad kick. Flag is down on the field, Jeff.
You got to believe that would be some kind of an offside, perhaps, Al. They're lining back up.
Yep.
Offsides on the defense.
Maybe a little too anxious to get right in there. Looks like timeout, Little Green.
They may be changing their strategy here, Al. That penalty puts it half the distance to the goal. It's only a 1.5-yard extra point now.
And
So
when
maybe
you have a
they're
fullback the size of Jorge Gomes blocking for.
Gomes has been playing for several years at that position, and he has got some thump.
You know, Jeff, it's nice to see a full band here. Get that real high school effect.
I do enjoy the the musical addition that the band provides, Al. Jeff Ruthier, not only being a football player, but was also a member of his school's band.
Did he go to band camp?
I believe he may have been in band camp at some juncture, Al. And, boy.
It looks like you're right, Jeff.
We've got a run play.
Oh, boy, tied up. Did he get it?
He made it.
He did make it.
And it is interesting, Al, to not see an 8-man front on a 1.5-yard goal line stand when you know it's a run play coming at you.
And they haven't thrown the ball at all.
No, they have not.
I don't think they've even made an attempt, have they?
But, boy, you would think you would see the goal line D on that play, and it looked like maybe a 6-man front. Obviously, not holding Manchester to less than 1.5 yards.
Puts them ahead. Little Green 8, Grizzlies 7. A little more than 8 minutes left in the half.
And in the war of attrition, Al, as we say, sometimes special teams make the difference in the game. And number 72 checks in for Goffstown to complete the 11 players on the field. Sorry.
That's Jack Nordine. Oh, big kick. It's going to go out of the end zone.
Wow. Again, special teams playing in once again. Goffstown's going to take over on their 20.
Well, the stands are electric here at Gill Stadium for the Grizzlies, Jeff.
They sure are here, Al. It's always good to see the contingent of fans that we bring wherever we may go.
There's Connor Bork, rolls to the outside. He has a blocker. He's making that turn. Finally dragged down by number 5. That's Abe Madra.
That is
Abe Madra for the Little Green, but that's a big gain for the Grizzlies.
24-yard run for Bork on the play up from the 20-yard line.
You know, we've seen that before. As soon as he can make that turn and he has that sideline, boy, he's taken off for more than 10 yards.
Just give him some daylight, Al. That's what I've been saying.
At the 44-yard line, Gervais in the shotgun, Bork to his right. Lots of weapons off on the right-hand side. Connor Bork up the middle. Rolls out, punches outside. Boom.
Oh, and hit out of bounds.
Hit out of bounds by number 20. That's Joe Rastains.
And that is a pickup of 6 more. That puts Bork to the 50-yard mark on rushing for the day, Al, and he is
at a 1.25.
And he is well over that receiving, well over 100 all-purpose yards for Connor Bork tonight.
Gervais to Bork again, bumps out to the left.
And picks
wow,
up
that's going to be close to first down.
I think he picks that up by
Picks up first down as he crosses midfield. It is first down confirmed. Grizzlies have a nice tempo. They're moving the ball well.
And with 123 all-purpose yards, Al, I'd say if we extrapolate this out, my pick for player of the game may be spot on.
Well, it's not yet. We'll see. There's a lot of game left, and I see a big open end zone right now.
Let's see what Casey does with it here.
Set back, quick pass. It is deflected. It's deflected,
and
it is intercepted. Big Stephen Dang in on the tackle after the interception. You know, you air it up that much, eventually something like that's going to happen. But, boy, you know, that's disappointing. It wasn't really a thrown interception. It was a deflected interception. But, nonetheless, the Little Green will take over at their own 46-yard line.
Deflected, and the ball was batted around 2 or 3 times. You're right, though. Stephen Dang was right there on that tackle. As soon as the Manchester player gained control of the ball, Dang took him down where he caught it.
Nice heads-up play. Sam Sharon won't let go. Excellent tackle, Sam Sharon. at the line of scrimmage.
And I'd say Ruthier was in there with him.
Quarterback for the Little Green rolls out, might have skipped off the ground. Good call by the official. It is incomplete.
The number 5 made a convincing attempt at trapping the ball against the turf there. That was very close to being a completion.
Timeout is on the field.
But getting back to Jeff Ruthier in his playing days, again, he was an excellent football player, just as Ian Ruthier is leading the team for Goffstown currently. Jeff was an excellent defensive player for Londonderry and played a mean cymbal or drum, whatever that was you did for the band, Jeff. I'm sure you were a very well-rounded student athlete.
We could probably call him the Renaissance man.
That is a good word for it, Al. A scholar and an athlete with some musical inklings.
Grizzlies looking to stop the Little Green as they're coming across midfield. Quarterback for the Little Green, Jacob Stenko. Rolls to his left.
Oh,
nice tackle. Ian Ruthier grabs him behind the line of scrimmage, rips him right down.
And that is a sack, Al. Ian picks up his 3rd sack of the season to lead the team now.
Great coverage on that play. That's exciting.
Mitchell Couson had a couple last week, and Cam Bond also had one last week, but that's Ian's 3rd on the season.
It's 4th and 14 for the Little Green. Set back to receive is Christian Marquis and Justin Warner.
And the kick is blocked by Big Joe Small.
Nice field position. Timmy Como on the recovery. Grizzlies 1st and 10 already in the Little Green territory at the 38-yard line. Grizzlies have taken over in a nice field position, Jeff.
And that was Joe Small making that play possible by absolutely overpowering the line of Manchester, getting in there and knocking that thing down. When Big Joe Small's standing in front of the ball, there is nowhere for it to go.
Alex Duvall on the far wideout position. Gervais set back in the shotgun. Whoop, we got whistles.
And I see Collins out there.
We have a timeout, Grizzlies.
Collins was out split left. You know, he's always one of those guys that seems real effective in the slot. But good to see Matt out there in the receiving corps. You know who I have not seen a lot of receiving tonight is either Sam Sharon or Timmy Como. And both of them have been extremely effective components.
Yeah, that's an impressive stat that you've been sharing now. You know, 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns for Sam Sharon. Every time he grabs the ball, he's in the end zone.
I would try for attempt number 3 soon, Al.
Okay, Grizzlies, let's go. Gervais set back, he airs it up. Airing it up to Big Tex. He's got it. Oh!
And he held on to it.
He held on to it. That's Big Tex. That was my pick. Paul Teixeira, 81, not only outruns the defenders, as the coach says, but can grab it in traffic. And he showed us exactly what the coach meant right there. Grizzlies in great position. 1st and 9 on the Little Green 9. Gervais set back, keeps it himself, rolls to the right. Tied up immediately at the line of scrimmage by the Little Green.
And
Number 15, that's Nick Macris on the tackle.
That was a 31-yard bullet. And for Teixeira to hang on to that ball, getting drilled in traffic, that was an impressive connection. Casey stood, he was calm in the pocket. He had pressure coming. He planted his back foot. He got a good throw into it and drilled a 31-yard bullet to Teixeira, who hung on while getting hammered.
Connor Bourque rolls out, has some room. He's met right away by that back, number 20. That's Joe Restaines. He was almost waiting for him to run right to him, Jeff, it looked like.
And that was a pickup of a few yards for Connor.
Again, a well-balanced attack, folks. We're seeing great run plays. We're seeing great passing plays. We're just seeing a lot of balance on this Grizzly offense today. Gervais rolls to his right, quick pass.
And Teixeira.
And it is a touchdown by Big Tex Paul Teixeira. Folks, I don't want to say I told you so, but I think I'm telling you so right now. He was my pick. I think it was just a matter of time before that tight end was in that end zone and scoring those touchdowns for us.
Well, I'm going to have to say that your pick has now got a touchdown on the day, and mine does not yet. As far as total yards, I still have an edge, but points are going to be the deciding factor, Al.
I think so. Points on the board. They're both playing a heck of a game. Casey on the keeper himself, pitches it right out to Christian Marquis. Ginger Ninja in for the two-point conversion. Christian Marquis, well-executed play. Nice call on the play, but the execution where Casey waited till that defender came right up on him, pitched it right over to the Ginger Ninja, an easy two-point conversion it looked like.
You know, and right now, Al, this was a gutsy play by Coach Huff. To go for two, you don't want to just take an edge. You want to get back those two-point conversions that you lose. And he just took it back on his first attempt. Great option play. Casey carried it out perfectly, drew the defense in, flipped it out to Marquis, who had some open field.
Boy, we got a little extra bounce in our step right now, Jeff. That's nice. Oh, we got some laundry.
We have some offside.
And folks, as we've said in weeks previous, the official term for this will be a
do-over, Al.
That is right. Four minutes before the half, Jeff. Looks like the color guard is warming up over in the Grizzly end zone.
Color guard, always a key component to a halftime show, Al.
Nice kick. Fielded clean by the Little Green.
And
Cam Bond dragging him down.
Cam
just
Bond,
at about the 48-yard line.
And a little help from Zach Como. And
boy, a defensive standard would be awfully nice here going into this locker room at the half, Jeff.
Well, Al, up 7 going into the half would certainly be a huge boost to Goffstown, who could catch their wind, get some water, and get ready for the second half. That would be big.
Rest up to continue to stop the run, because it looks like that's all that Little Green is putting at us. Behind the line of scrimmage, Justin Warner. Nice. That Flowmaster in on that low tackle. That's nice.
And
stopping number 25, Josiah Wade.
Kusan again, not using the wrap method on a tackle, not getting his arms around the player, but he got very low.
Jeff, we have sorry to interrupt. We have a personal foul on the play by the Little Green. They'll bring that and more back, certainly.
That moves it back. But as I was saying, Al, on that, Kusan, the key was he got low enough to clean out the legs of the ball carrier, and that was a good play, good tackle, solid tackle. And now they're looking at 1st and 20. First and a whole lot of yardage.
And when you can't pass the ball, Jeff, that's a long run. Tied up at the line of scrimmage again. Excellent job, defensive line for the Grizzlies. We have Timmy Como coming up at the bottom. We have Cam Bond coming up from the bottom.
I think looks like Timmy may have been the initial contact on that tackle. Good to have him healthy and playing again. He's still just a couple weeks removed from that broken nose and 10 stitches.
I saw a picture. It looked like a broken face. The poor kid.
And in slow motion, if you watch that replay, Al, his own helmet and chin strap may have been the cause, as his helmet was jarred loose by the turf.
Little Green rolls out under pressure, heavy pressure. Pass is incomplete on that pressure. Shocker to everybody, Ian Ruthier.
And Timmy Como was right there, too. The two of them, not giving Manchester any time to think about what they wanted to do.
I am impressed with this defensive line. The Little Green have not been able to complete a pass today. They have only one facet of a game, and that's on the run. As we said, they do have some powerful backs, but they're lacking the air attack. Set back. That is number 12. Oh, under pressure, got hammered. He is out of bounds. Pass is incomplete, intended for number 7. That's Nathan Guillermo.
Wow.
The pass for the quarterback was number 12, Anthony DeMauro, but he got hammered, Jeff.
Anthony certainly was hammered on that play, and his dad, Coach Nick, is over there on the sideline. I'm sure he doesn't like seeing that happen. But
I was focusing on the ball. Who hammered the quarterback? Who got him under the pressure there?
I'm not sure exactly who that was. I saw Pinard in on that action. And if Thump gets to you, you're going to be sore for a minute. Oh, and a penalty on Manchester. Al, so this is a key moment in the half right now. Manchester's been backed up into their own zone, and they've got a kick. Goffstown has a chance with some time and some timeouts here, Al, to really spread open this game before the half.
And notice Connor Bourque is not back there. We have Flash, Alex Duvall, Christian Marquis. Punt is towards Alex Duvall. It's going to take a Grizzly bounce, and it is down at about the 34, 35-yard line. Grizzlies will take over 1st and 10 with just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
And they are taking over at the 34. Boy, this would be exciting here, Al. They've got all their timeouts, and this would be an opportunity to if they could just move the ball into field goal range, even to get a field goal here would be huge.
Keep the tempo moving. It's Connor Bourque. He rolls to the outside, has some room up the middle, up the seams. He breaks out to the left-hand side. Nice block by Matt Collins. He stops again. Finally brought down at the Little Green 30-yard line. Folks, that block was instrumental. Matt Collins, great block. Uh-oh.
We've got laundry on the field.
No, we don't, Jeff. Folks, we have a hold by the Grizzlies. I'm sorry I got so excited, folks. If you, boy, the run the block. Did you see Matt Collins' block on that play?
That was a beautiful block by Matt.
Oh, my
and,
gosh.
And Connor cut it back a couple times. And that was a 36-yard scampering pickup to get us well over midfield. And it all comes back, Al. It all comes back.
It comes back, but you know what? It's still, I don't care. It still adds confidence in their bellies. They know they can do it. They know they can get it done. And they know they can run and pass against the Little Green. I say we just run one in now in the end zone just for the sake of stomping it out.
It did stop. The penalty stops the clock. Oh, the clock is now going.
Gervais set back in the shotgun. To Connor Bork, he stumbles right away. He got tripped up somehow.
Connor just tripped under his own feet.
At the 25. Ball is on the 25.
Boy, and that was about a 5-yard loss.
Clock is winding down. Grizzlies second and long.
And we do have timeouts here to use, which are going to have to come into play soon, Al. You can't let the whole clock tick off before you start calling them.
Well, it simply means we're going to air it out. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, look at the oversized match with Big Tex in the defender. That's the Alex Duvall. Pass is complete as he struggles to gain a few yards on that play. But, Jeff, getting back to what I was saying was the matchup in size difference between Big Tex and number 8. That's Julio Rincon. He just doesn't match up, just doesn't have the size.
Yeah, pickup of about 2 on the play for Duval.
Well, we just crossed under the minute mark.
It's interesting they're letting the clock run out. I believe that Goffstown has timeouts to use. And now Casey's hurrying up to get a playoff.
Connor Bork bumps to the outside, cuts across, but there's a lot of green there. The officials are calling him down on the play.
And loss of about 2 yards on all that running.
Looks like a timeout has been called. The Little Green.
Well, with fourth and everything now, Al, the Little Green wanted to stop the clock to give themselves a chance at having a little time to put points on the board. It is interesting that Goffstown wasn't burning all their timeouts there, Al, and either airing the ball out to keep stopping the clock, or going right back to Bork on a run to move it upfield. But interesting sequence of events, and now we're going to have to kick it away with half a minute left on the clock.
Well, we know Tex can get the ball at least to midfield for us.
Paul certainly has a boot this year. He's had a lot of great bounces, but he's certainly been a very effective punter, and hopefully get a good punt here.
I just don't want it to go into the hands of Josiah Wade.
Do not kick it at him.
He's going to have some momentum and a lot of speed built up by the time any Grizzly defender is at him.
Yeah. Certainly kick a squibbing ball somewhere away from him.
Yeah.
And have a lot of pursuit in the vicinity by the time he gets to it.
You know, this is definitely not the Grizzly den. I don't even see the smoke or smell the burgers cooking. They keep it hidden here in Manchester.
It's under the grandstand, Al, and they do a heck of a job there. They've got some good options. I'm still not sure if the nacho cheese is real, but they have a lot of options over there.
I'm partial to the sausage and peppers and onions myself, but that nacho cheese is a little plastic looking.
But it's tasty, Al. It draws you in.
Set back for the punt again is Paul Teixeira, number 81 for the Grizzlies. Let's see if he can get it off clean. He does.
And it's a decent kick.
It's off to midfield, over midfield, out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
At the 45-yard line.
Okay. Well, Manchester is going to have to move with some a sense of urgency here, Al, to get the ball well over midfield to even have a chance to get into a field goal range.
Well, you know, that, and as we said, they definitely don't have the air attack on this play. Barring a big breakout run, it looks like they're going to drain this one into the half.
They're going to need to pick up at least 25 yards here, Al, in the next 20 seconds, even to have a crack at a field goal. Let's see what they do.
He is set back to pass, 2 steps.
And Anthony airs it out deep.
Oh, pass was intended for and dropped by number 5, Abe Madra.
Boy, Anthony put the ball on the money there.
That was a terrific pass. That was on his numbers.
And that would have done it. That would have got him inside the 30-yard line, Al. You know, that would have been an opportunity for field goal range. And with 19 seconds left, they could have tried to kick a couple of field goals.
Well, they still have a lot more time on the clock with a couple plays like that.
The marching band is getting feverishly close to the harassing the
Pass,
Goffstown sideline.
pass is deep. Pass is intended for number 5 again, Abe Madra.
Okay, there we go, Al. I was concerned that the marching band was about to go inside the bench of Goffstown, and they're now in kind of a holding pattern.
They're in a holding pattern, it looks like, right in front of us with the lead drummer there.
The kids with the
keeping
bongos
pace.
look like they need to take a break. Those are the 4 drum sets there. Those must be heavy because they need a break. Okay, it looks like
Little Green from their own 45, set back to pass again. Airs it up. Boy, pass was intended for number 23, Tyler Kelly. He had his back to the ball by the time it even got to him.
He wasn't looking. They just weren't on the same page.
11 seconds on the clock remains for the half. 4th and 10 for the Little Green.
And I think all they could do here, Al, at the rate that they've been going, is just.
Their best shot is that deep threat to.
Well, you'd almost think that with 11 seconds, scramble a little and air one out, but they're gonna punt it away.
We have Justin Warner and Christian Marquis set back to receive. There is a chance for a play here, Jeff. Justin Warner fields it.
Oh, and makes a move.
Makes a move, bumps outside to his right. Gets a nice block. Tied up, but he's still on his feet. Oh, he goes up the middle, and that's where there's a lot of green.
That runs out the clock.
Yes, it does. That brings us to a half, folks, where the Grizzlies lead 15 over the Little Green here at Gill Stadium. Enjoy the half. Folks, welcome back to second half action here at Gill Stadium where the Grizzlies lead 15-8 over the Little Green. Grizzlies set to kick off.
And there's the kick.
Bobbled again. Connor Bork right there again.
But Cam Bond on the hit.
Cam Bond, wonderful hit, great pressure, great way to get down that field and apply that pressure immediately.
Wow, he came in there and stood the runner up. And looks like, who was that? I didn't see who. Somebody just missed.
That was Connor Bork.
That was Connor.
He made that slide. He just missed that tackle.
Too much wheels to be able to pivot on a dime right there. But that gave Cam the opportunity to come in and clean up.
Little Green take over, 1st and 10. Oh, boy, that's Josiah Wade. You
and
give him room,
Justin
he's going to
Warner.
take it.
Psycho takes him down.
Psycho, Justin Warner. Nice.
Nice play on the corner to get a good running back in some open space and just take him down clean and prevent a big gain. That was a 4-yard pickup, but boy, to take Josiah down in open space.
When he bumps out to the outside and he has a lot of open area, that could be dangerous for the Grizzlies. Little Green,
and
Josiah Wade.
Back to the short side
up
of the
again.
field.
Excellent defense.
And that looks like Pinard.
I think that was Thud.
That
Yes.
was Thud on the play.
Just
Ryan
met his
Pinard
mom at
came
the
in.
half. Nice family. Happy to know that that we finally gave him a nickname.
Well, Thud certainly hits with a thud.
She got a chuckle out of your nickname.
Oh, good, good. I think it's very deserved. I would go on as far as to say is it becomes apparent when you watch these games, Al, and you listen to the games if you're close enough to hear the players. His pads are loud pads. They are probably the loudest pads on this defensive unit.
Little Green, third down, 8 yards to go. Set back to pass, and it passes incomplete. On the coverage is number 24. That's Zach Como. Pass was intended for number 7, Nathan Guillermo. Boy, the Little Green just seem as though they are not connecting on the passing game today.
And again, Anthony DeMauro put that pass on the numbers. It seems like the receiver could hear Zach Como breathing right down his shoulder pads when the ball came in.
Jeff, Grizzlies are going to get the ball in good position here. Wow, that's a
kick.
That's a good kick, line drive.
And it is taking a Manchester
Thankfully out of bounds.
Wow. And it looks like
35.
One of the Manchester coaches is trying to encourage the referee that the spot may have been a little further downfield, but they're gonna
40.
They're gonna get it at the 40.
Grizzlies will take over 1st and 10 to start the second half action, where they lead 15-8 over the Little Green.
Well, let's see what this unit can do now. I got to give credit, Al. The offensive line has done a fairly good job giving Casey some time in the pocket tonight. Let's see what they can do here in the second half. Connor Bork in the middle, in traffic.
Bork, yeah, he's struggling. He's moving. Forward progression. We'll get a few yards out of that, Jeff.
He probably picked up about 2.5.
You know, just watching some of the players, you got number 78. He's a sophomore, Stephen Dang. He's a big fella. I mean, he's got the bright sneakers, if you can't see him, bright cleats. He just can move some bodies.
Steven, and again, being a sophomore, he's growing, Al. So we're going to get some more at him. You know, there are a couple other younger linemen out there.
Set back, quick pass to Sam Sharon. Every time he touches it, it's a touchdown. Just about at midfield. Sham brings it down. Didn't get a touchdown on that play, but that's nice.
That's a great connection, and
good to see him part of the action.
And he picks up about 6.
And again, that offensive line, we got Genest, we got Small, we got Dang. They are providing the time and the confidence for Casey to sit back there. Right up the middle,
Connor Borg
breaks 2 tackles, finally brought down on the play by Little Green, number 37. That's Brad Ferry. Brad Ferry.
And that's a pickup of 8 for Connor on the run.
I like the no-huddle offense, quick offense.
And Casey is a heady quarterback. He's keeping the tempo moving.
To Bork. Oh, boy. That's number 11. Marcus Joseph read that the whole time.
Boy, somebody must have groomed Casey well in his younger years. I got to attribute a lot of that actually to the coaching of Todd Urbanek, who's now over at Pinkerton. He spent a lot of time with Casey, and the fact that Casey's been in camps the last few years, really working on his quarterbacking skills. He's a super heady player.
Okay, we have 2nd and 12 from the Little Green 45-yard line. Gervais step back to the pass, under some pressure, but gets it off to Bork. Breaks the tackle to the middle, and the seam gets tripped up. Credit on the tackle will go to number 20. That's Joe Rastains.
And that is a pickup of about 6.
3rd down and 5 in Little Green territory. Gervais in the shotgun with 2 backs. Marquis to his right.
And we've got Laundry on the field. On Goffstown, before the play's even off, looks like a legal formation. Too many men in the backfield. Some receivers weren't on the line of scrimmage there, Al, it looks like, and that's gonna draw some Laundry. That's tough. That moves it back to third and everything. We got 3rd and 10 now. Looks like coach is trying to determine who was.
I think he said 75. That would be Joe
Big
Small.
Joe Small. The line was creating too much of a wedge in anticipation of a pass block, putting one of the linemen in the backfield. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage, and that's going to draw the penalty.
Gervais set back to pass, has some pressure, but has time. Airs it up. Oh, boy. Pass intended for number 3, Matt Collins.
And Sharon also in the vicinity. That was That was that's a picture of Casey's arm, though, right there.
I was just going to say, Jeff, we're at the 45-yard line. He backs up a few steps. He's close to midfield. He just threw that ball 50 yards.
Close to the goal line, and that was a spiral. That was a tight ball.
Okay, so we have Big Tech set back to punt it off deep into Little Green territory. Back waiting to receive is Josiah Wade. Let's not give him any room. Good, he kicks it away from him.
Good kick. And
nice, very nice kick.
Bounce. There we go. Down by
Thud.
Bernard. Thud.
Little Green will take over 1st and 10.
And this game continues, Al. The second half is starting out just the way the first half went. This is a war of attrition. Goffstown moved the chain a couple times, had to kick again. We've now pinned Manchester way down in their own zone. Let's see what they can do here. But this is how the war of attrition is won. If we can stop them in their own zone and make them kick again, we can pick up a little bit of field position and maybe see if Casey can get them back into striking distance.
Well, I'm hoping the coach told the secondary that really there's not much of a threat for a pass, that they can kind of play a little off the receivers and kind of help support that run when Josiah breaks out. We need some help to slow him down.
I agree. You got to look run first with this offense, but Anthony does have an arm too, and this game might be different if a couple of the guys that he'd hit right in the numbers earlier, Al, had done something there.
Little Green 2nd and 7 from the 15.
And Josiah
Wade
gets her and chopped down by Flowmaster.
Flowmaster gets him, 22.
Snuck around Psycho on the corner, and Flowmaster dragged him down. You know, it's good to see Nesty back out there because there's another athletic set of wheels out there on the D-line.
And aggressive.
Aggressive, and if you watch, he's getting himself into the backfield. Fun to watch. He was, I think, 2 plays ago, he was in on his first tackle of the day. Oh, they're shifting things around. They got Bond and Nesty on that other side. They're keying. They're now keying on Josiah.
On that run. Why not? Little Green go nowhere as the Grizzlies defense stand them up right on the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive stand.
Oh, yeah, 73, 75, Big Joe Small, and 52.
We got Justin Warner and Christian Marquis set back at midfield to receive the punt. Boy, another nice stand by that defensive line.
Yeah. And Al, you're right. They keyed on the run. It paid dividends, and I like to see this. You got Justin deep on the punt, who seems to move pretty well in open
that
field.
Takes a little green bounce. Okay, but it looks like Grizzly ball at about the 36-yard line.
All right, almost down to the 30 with the roll.
Yep. All right. Grizzlies will take over at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Just over 5.5 minutes remain in the third quarter.
And again, this is the war of attrition now. Punt, back and forth. Who can get better field position out of this? Goffstown needs to move the chains more than a couple times here to win this war of attrition.
Time of possession will help. Drain the clock. Let's score. Let's move the chains. Let's drain the clock, move the chains, and throw in a couple of scores. Gervais set back. Keeps it himself. He has that option with Marquis.
And he
keeps it himself. He's running. Gets it right to Marquis. Right at the first down mark. He's kind of manhandled. I'm surprised there's not a flag. That number 9, that's Gino Otero. Looked like he had a little bit of a attitude on that tackle, if I don't say so myself.
But that's a 10-yard pickup for Casey.
That is.
There is not much for Marquis to gain afterwards.
He got the last yard, and he got the hard part of it. Gervais set back. Bork on his side. Bork takes it up the middle. Oh boy, that's a big fella.
Yeah, he's back.
That's a big fella, number 79.
And look, he's
number
limping.
79. That's Zach Lansing. He's a sophomore.
We used to call him Big Zach in indoor, Al. I had a chance to coach him.
He's big, all right.
Big Zach, over 300 pounds, 6'1". He was over 3 bills, Al, at 13 years old.
Jeez. Well, he's in the right position. It's a good thing he's not running the ball. Gervais rolls out to his left. Pass intended for Big Tex at midfield, and it's complete.
Caught by Teixeira.
Caught by Teixeira right at about midfield.
That's a pickup of about 8 yards. And Paul falling down, caught the tipped ball.
You know, and we talked about when the quarterback rolls out on his offside, Jeff, how difficult of a pass it is. You know, the pass was complete, but you could see it was a little low. That is a difficult roll for any quarterback, but nice gain on the play. Connor Bork to his left, across midfield, pickup of about 2 yards, maybe 1.
Maybe a yard.
Jeff, we look like we're just shy of a first down again. 4th and 2nd.
4th and a yard, maybe. It's close. Boy, that's almost worth a measurement.
Yeah, I think it maybe just a half a football.
And
Grizzlies are going for it. 4th and 1.
Going.
From the shotgun, Gervais.
And looking for a signal from the coach.
Maybe trying to draw him off sides. Casey keeps it himself. Easy first down. Has a lot of room. He's at the 40. He has a blocker with Big Tex. Cuts back. He'll be down at the 23-yard line.
And that's
big game for the Grizzlies.
From the 49 all the way down from midfield out. This is how you win the war of attrition. Great heady play by Casey. The chains are getting set up now. They're down to right about the 23.
Big fella steaming off the field right there, showing some speed. Gervais rolls to his left again. Has no, oh no! Okay, recovered. I didn't quite see who the number was. Grizzlies recover the ball. Boy, Casey got hit from the blind side there. Who recovered that one? That's Thump. Ryan Bernard in on the recovery. Nice job, Ryan. Grizzlies, 2nd down, 13 to go.
And
Connor Bork rolls to the outside. Wow, he's moving. Oh, he's down.
And what kind of a pickup do we have for Connor on that play?
The acceleration on that from the backfield looked really good.
Pickup of about 4.
3rd down with about 8 to go. Ball appears to be on the 20-yard line.
Ball's on maybe the 20, 21-yard line, and Casey's back, takes the pitch, rolls left.
Pass is complete to Big Tex.
And it's not enough, though, Al. It looks like it's about 4th and 4, 4th and 3.
Do we have a kicker? Do we call in?
I say you try something.
We're going for it, Jeff.
6-yard pass.
4th down with 3 yards to go, just under 2 minutes. Gervais rolls to his right, looks, passes.
Oh, attempted for Sam Sharon.
Pass was in, yeah, for Sam. Looks like number 23 for Little Green. That's Tyler Kelly with the INT, with that interception.
You know, that is an interesting play because with the ball on about the 15-yard line, you'd think that's prime field goal country. That's about a 25-yard kick, which we know these guys have the leg for.
Little Green take over 1st and 10 from their own 11.
And DeMoro goes deep.
Oh boy, and he has him. Oh my gosh. Their first completed pass of the game, and it's a big one. DeMoro pass complete to number 7, Nathan Guillermo.
And
Boy, that's a stinger, Jeff.
That's an 89-yard bomb.
Oh, that's a stinger.
The problem is I think Manchester identified the fact that Goffstown came up to play the run, and we got lax on the pass. And you could see Mitchell Cousson there in coverage just was beat by about 4 yards by the receiver getting deep, and that's way too much distance to drag down a fast receiver.
Extra point is up by number 6, Keegan Labarge, and it is good. Looks like we have a tie game. Looks like we're back at scratch from the very beginning. All tied at 15, folks, with just over a minute 30 remain in the third quarter.
And we are knotted here at 15.
Boy, this is going to be a fun third and fourth quarter, ain't it?
This begs to ask the question, Al. Even if your everyday kicker isn't on the sideline, there's got to be another person with a 25-yard leg down there. You got to think that.
Okay, well, we have a little bit of a momentum swing, which is always dangerous in the second half. But the Grizzlies are doing a heck of a job. Set back is Connor Bourque and Christian Marquis. Looks like it's headed Connor's way. Okay. Right up that middle. Has a lot of room. He's at midfield. Josiah tripped up at about the 46-yard line. Big return for Connor Bourque. Again, that's a lot of yardage to add to his total tonight.
That's about a 44-yard return, it looks like, Al. For 45-yard return.
Well, you know, Jeff,
if we added in the special teams, Al, you know, he puts up impressive total yardage numbers.
The man you want to have the ball got the ball, and he proved why he needs the ball.
He is fun to watch with those wheels, and you know, small stature. He can slip through gaps that are extremely difficult to get through.
Okay, Grizzlies take over 1st and 10. Quick pass out, broken up on the play by number 9 from the Little Green. That's Gino Otero. Gervais keeps it himself. Boy, that big fella got him again.
Big Zach. Casey.
Zach Lansing.
Casey has played against Zach before. Prefers to probably play with him than against him. That's a pickup of about 3 yards for Casey.
Third down with 8 to go for the Grizzlies. Connor Bourque right up that middle. Pickup of about 5 yards, it looks like. Going to be short of that first down. Yeah, 43 seconds is ticking along. Grizzlies are not wasting any time. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Gives it to Connor Bourque again, and that is the first down. He has more room to go. Dragged down just at about the 20-yard line. Clock will stop while they get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's a nice play right up the gut.
That looks like a 14-yard pickup.
Oh, we got whistles. Looks like we have a Little Green tying his shoe.
And with a tight game, you expect this, Al, but the line, the O-line and the D-line between Goffstown and Manchester, if you look down on the field, it's getting a little chippy. There's some chatter starting to happen after the play.
8 seconds,
and they're
letting it right down.
They're letting the clock run out. It's going to the fourth quarter.
No. Taking a snap one last time. Casey keeps it himself, has some room. Tied, still on his feet. Okay, brought down by a few of the Little Green. Grizzlies
And
inside
that's
the 20.
a pickup of about 6.
Looks like they're at about the 15, would you say?
I'd say that they're down about the 15-yard line, 16-yard line. 15.
12 on the board. The last 12 we're going to see tonight, Jeff, where the game is all tied between the Little Green 15 and Grizzlies 15. Looks like 3 yards to go.
And Al, this is a really a classic matchup right now of two teams. You love to see that. This is Friday night football. We've got two teams right now that are, everybody's putting heart and soul into it. The Lions are blocking. The defense has no quit in them. And again, it's come down to, the big play by Anthony DeMoro, 89-yard bomb to tie it up.
Play. You take that away, and boy.
Then you've got some plays from Bork that have been called back with big special team runs. This game is one play away from breaking it wide open. And
hate to see this one slip away from the Grizzlies. But it's our time right now. Second down, 3 yards to go at the start of the fourth. And we're deep inside the red zone of the Little Green. Some of these plays aren't so little, Jeff.
No, they're not. Speaking of not so little, we've got CB Connor Benjamin, the former quarterback from last year's, walking around down here in the stands watching his former team. And
that's great.
What a stud football player he was while he was here.
Gervais keeps it himself, runs in. Okay, dragged down, but that's a pickup of yards. Easily a first down for the Grizzlies. It'll be 1st and goal for your Goffstown Grizzlies.
Oh, that's a big pickup. Casey with about a 9-yard pickup on that keeper. And
looks like they're not wasting any time again, Jeff. They're going right to it, getting right back to that line.
Looks like 1st and goal from the 7.
Marquis in motion. Oh, flag is down.
I like that play, though.
Take a guess, Jeff? What do we think?
Oh, I don't know. Illegal motion?
False start?
False start?
Looked like his motion was okay.
It's a 5-yard penalty. May have been an illegal motion, Al. I do like the deception of that play. Marquis was running off to the right, opening up some space for Bork on the left.
Connor Bork right up the middle, hard fought 2 yards. Second down, 9 yards to go. Ball is down on the 9-yard line. Gervais from the shotgun to Bork. Wrapped up immediately. Wow. Wrapped up immediately and tossed down by number 41. Yeah, Jeff, I just like the last play at the half, that looked a little, they got a little too much spunk in their tackles, a little too much attitude, it looks like. It's going to cost the Little Green.
Yeah, Al, if this is a if this is a personal foul.
It might be half the distance to the goal.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal. It's going to be Goffstown automatic first down on about the 3 or 4 yard line.
That's a costly penalty. Let's see what it is. I don't even see the official.
There is a lot of laundry.
Yes, Jeff, you're right. It's going to be 1st and goal. That's a costly penalty for the Little Green.
We're still showing 2nd down on the markers, Al. So it's a 2nd and about 4.
He's telling them to change it now.
And that's right, automatic first down. Oh, no, whoa.
Whoa. They're calling it a 3rd down.
Loss of down.
Okay.
It's a 3rd.
I guess we got the distance, we didn't get the down.
To accept the penalty, we had to accept the loss of down.
Casey takes it himself. He's in. Gervais fakes the handoff to Connor Bork. steps in untouched, right up the middle. Grizzlies strike again, 21-15 over the Little Green. This is an important extra point here, Jeff. Looks like we have Sam Sharon, number 11 for the Grizzlies for the
Sam's
extra point.
been loosening up his leg, and this is good. I think the coaches must have heard us talking before, Al. If you're in this kind of range, you got to have somebody that can kick
Boy,
it.
this extra point's a big one. Let's see. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. 33. Folks, that was
lack of blocking.
That's Jorge Gomes. That's that blocking fullback. He blasted through that line to block that extra point.
Well,
Grizzlies stay 21, Little Green 15. That makes this game very interesting.
touchdown and any point thereafter, Al, puts Manchester up. This is a tight game. Exciting Friday night football game here.
And again, perfect weather, folks. I know you're probably sitting back enjoying it, but we're enjoying it immensely here today at Gill Stadium.
And they're good to see that Connor Benjamin down on the sideline for the Grizzlies. Last year's just an exciting athlete.
Standout player in the state.
Oh, boy.
Where did he end up going to college?
You know, I had heard he had a lot of different options. Keene had been one that he had considered, and I'm not sure where
Is
he
he
ended
playing
up.
College football?
Boy, I would find it hard to believe if he wasn't
Some
playing.
fans in the stands are saying he is not playing college football. Kind of shocking.
A phenomenal,
Grizzlies set to kick off.
phenomenal athlete.
Oh boy, interesting.
Onside
Squibs
kick
through.
attempt.
Number 15, that's Nick Macris for the Little Green on the reception.
You know, I don't mind the onside attempt, Al, there. You know, no need to put the ball in number 25's hands.
No need at all. He touches it enough. He's probably going to touch it 4 times here. A big defensive stand is what we need. And I can just about feel the stand starting to get electric again.
The Goffstown sideline is starting to warm up here, Al. Boy, is that
Looks
on?
like a timeout, Little Green.
Okay. Looks like Connor Bork might be getting a little bit of work, getting some tape maybe on the sideline. You know, Connor's got about 88 yards rushing on the day, Al. He's about a dozen yards from the century mark rushing, and also over 70 yards receiving. You know, it's still plausible with over 10 minutes here that he breaks over 200 all-purpose yards on the day.
Oh boy, he's got some room. That's 25, Josiah Wade, Justin Warner,
And
Cam
Cam
Bond,
Bond.
and Ian Ruthier. All 3 in on that tackle, but after a big gain by Josiah Wade. Boy, and that's moving momentum, and that's moving the chains.
Looks
as
like
they're in Grizzly territory.
Looks like a diving Cam Bond incited the tackle on that play, and thank goodness they were able to track him down. And now here's another loss. The meat in the middle. Big Joe Small is limping for Goffstown, and he's coming off the field. Big Joe is certainly the meat in the middle for Goffstown. So they're going to have to. Hopefully they have some fresh legs. That looks like. Oh, they got Dylan Sherwood in there on defense. Big dog. He can be an impactful player.
Anthony DeMauro under the center, snaps it, rolls to his right. Pass is intended for number 41. And we have a blank on the roster, folks.
You know, and he was wide open.
He was wide open, and he's a big fella. That
He
looks like
is a truck, Al. He's a lot of body to be moving in open space. You know, to see a kid of that size running with that kind of speed in open space, remember the first time you ever saw Christian Okoye run for the Chiefs in the NFL? Boy, it was that was a frightening thing to look at.
to Josiah, bumps out to the right, comes back up the middle, brought down by 26, Justin Warner.
And there's Laundry on the
down.
field.
Let's see what that call is. Oh, looks like a big cramp. Someone has a cramp. Oh, he springs right back up. That's that big truck. We're going to call it 41 Truck because we don't have a name for him.
Now I am wondering if that's Justin Warner on the tackle. Grabbed some
Face mask?
It's a personal foul
Against Little Green. What
And it
head
goes-
contact or illegal head contact?
illegal, leading with the head on the runner, perhaps, or on a blocker.
Looks like their coach is out to talk to the official. That's a big penalty late in the quarter.
Well, everything at this point is critical, Al. It's a 6-point game, 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
That's
It's now about 2nd and 16 for the Little Green.
Coach isn't too pleased with that call.
And Big Joe Small getting worked on over there on the sidelines. I see El Guapo over there giving him a little word of encouragement.
Second and 15 for the Little Green. Big defensive stand. That penalty certainly helped the Grizzlies. DeMuro rolls out to his left. Pass intended for number 15. That's Nick Macris.
You know,
Pass is incomplete.
Sam Sharon almost got a hand on that too. You know, one thing that you gotta note too, Anthony DeMuro for Manchester, only a sophomore himself, like Casey. Those two have been battling each other for years through the youth programs, and you know, you got to think he's got a good future here in Manchester for the next couple of seasons. You know, you just keep looking too at the sidelines, Al, too, and when you see some of the players that are hurt or you know, not on the field right now, we've got Jake Dennison for Goffstown is out, and he can be a big impact player. He's another. He could be a thud too if he could get healthy and come back. We got 54 Christian Melanson has been out for a while with a concussion.
He looks like he's not small.
Christian it also hits with some serious thunder. I unfortunately got to witness him once years ago in a opening kickoff, Goffstown versus Keene. Opening kickoff of the game, Christian came running downfield, and he was the biggest, strongest kid on our team, Al. And against probably one of the bigger, stronger kids on their team, helmet-to-helmet collision to start the game. Christian absolutely mowed this kid over, knocked him out for the game. Christian broke his back on the play, and he ended up getting darted up to Dartmouth Hitchcock. And what a scary trip that was. Thank God he is recovered. But now suffering from another injury.
DeMuro set back to pass. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 5. That's Abe Madra.
And that ball was high enough that Zach Como had a shot at that. He had a look at it.
Well, that brings up 4th and 15 for the Little Green.
Well, you got to like this. It looks like they're back to punt.
Look at the size of that punter right there. Is he new?
70 is a big boy.
DeCorey Francis. I wonder if he just takes the ball and runs it right up that middle.
Well, he is no big Zach. He's not that big, but he's got a leg here.
Yep.
And he squibs it right out of bounds.
Right out of bounds. Grizzlies will take over at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 from their own 20 as they lead 21-15. We got Flowmasters trying to get the stands going, trying to get the players on the sideline going, trying to get everybody pumped up. Certainly an important 9.5 minutes of action here today.
Well, Al, if Goffstown could put points on the board here, this would certainly change the scope of this game and put Manchester back on their heels. With short time left in the game, down by multiple scores, Goffstown would
Gervais
certainly
to Bork. Bork rolls out to his
control.
left, breaks a tackle. Can't break the second one. On the tackle for Little Green was number 37. That's Brad Ferry.
Well,
on the tackle.
This is what we need here, Al. The clock is running. time is ticking away.
That's good.
Goffstown is moving the ball. The clock is ticking. This is the recipe for success here. We got to keep this going.
Jeff, even 3 points on the board gives a little extra breathing room for that separation, for that missed extra, or the blocked extra point, rather. Gervais set back to throw. He's got pressure. He rolls to his right, airs it up, intended for Christian Marquis, and it is incomplete.
You know, that was a good play. That was a heady play on Casey's part. I believe he threw the ball away in the direction of Marquis, and really, Marquis was well guarded. There was nowhere to go. That would have been a loss of yards if he had a reception. So Casey smartly just threw the ball at his feet and gets back into the huddle. He's not shaken or rattled, even though he was running from pressure there, Al. He's a composed young quarterback, and it's fun to watch this.
Gervais, 2 steps back, airs it up.
And he,
Oh,
and
wow. Pass, they're calling incomplete. Pass intended for number 3,
Wow.
Matt Collins. Good boy, that looked a little bit early, Jeff.
well, I would say that's a bang-bang play. The ball was in Matt's hands, and he needs to come down with it if he can. Obviously, incredibly tough catch because he got hammered in the back right as the ball got there. Not sure if that was a penalty or not, but incredibly tough play to make.
That's a tough one. Big Tech set back to punt.
Oh, and this is kind of a...
Cross midfield, takes a Grizzly bounce.
Oh, stop it. Ooh.
Out at the 42-yard line of the Little Green will take over, 1st and 10.
Yeah. You know,
Looks like
Al,
we're relying on the defense one more time to come up big. Let's see.
the youngster wearing the number 11 jersey down here on the sideline, too, that's big Colton Seidel. It looks like he's been lost for the season with an ACL injury. But,
Oh, boy.
But Colt has been an effective slot receiver for the freshman. And, you know, it's tough to see him go through a significant knee injury.
DeMoro, 2 steps back, airs it up now. Pass intended for number 7, Nathan Guillermo. On the coverage, flash.
And
Alex Duvall.
these Manchester receivers are getting open, Al, deep.
Well, they are getting open, and now they're starting to air up the ball, which is interesting that they decide to wait till the 4th quarter to try to make these passes. 2nd and 10 for the Little Green from their own 42.
Well, Goffstown seems committed to stopping the run, which I think is probably a smart move.
Set back to pass, quick pass. That's a big fella, number 15, wrapped up. He dropped the ball.
Oh, and it's a
It is a
fumble.
fumble. That is Grizzlies' ball at the 48-yard line.
And that fumble was caused by Flowmaster.
Flowmaster comes up big, wrapped him up, fumble. Who recovered the fumble? Anybody?
Who did recover that fumble? I'm not sure,
Can we
Al.
get that on camera? Boy, Flowmaster comes up big. Big play. You know, and you know what? Terrific. Good job for him. He's the one trying to get the stands going. He's the one getting his teammates going, getting pumped up. He clearly does a good job getting himself pumped up on that play.
He is,
Kudos to Flowmaster.
He is one of the emotional leaders of the team, Al. And here's the thing. That was a game-changing play. We're over the midfield zone. We're into Manchester zone right now. And if Goffstown could put up points here, it could be game over.
Gervais to Bork. Gervais keeps it himself. Up the middle, gets bounced around. Brought down by about 5.
Pickup of a yard.
Little Green.
Maybe 2.
Boy, I'd like to see who came up with that fumble recovery.
Yeah, you know, I didn't see it. I lost it in the action. I saw Mitchell make a great stop, and when the ball came loose, I saw the ball and saw maroon and white, the good guys diving on it.
That option working again to Marquis. Big play. He's got room. He breaks the tackle. Finally brought down. Boy, that play has worked awfully nice tonight.
And the Ginger Ninja with a nice pickup. Pickup of about 11 yards on the play, Al. And I think you said keep that in the back pocket earlier in the night in the second quarter, and you were correct. That was a good play to bring back.
Gervais keeps it himself, going to pick up some yards. Wow, brought down by a few folks, and then
yeah, brought down after a pickup
like
of
number
6.
51 finished them all off. That's Lucas Chantasari.
But after a pickup of 6.
Grizzlies 2nd and 4 as the clock keeps ticking as we approach the 7-minute mark. Gervais to Bork, he rolls to his right. Gets wrapped up, but he picked up some more yards there. Can't quite see from here. They're moving the chains, 1st and 10, Grizzlies.
And he picked up just what he needed.
The ball is at the 25. 26-yard line.
Yeah, 25 and change.
Tempo is nice, keeping them moving. Boy, points on the board are needed here. Gervais keeps it, to Connor Bork, nice fake. Lots of yards here. Breaking tackles inside the 10, Connor Bork moving the chains, no laundry on the field. 1st and 10, Grizzlies.
They're down on about the 7-yard line. That was a pickup of 18, Al.
Gervais to Bork, go with it again. Struggles, gets wrapped up, brought down.
Pickup of a little, maybe another yard on the play.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 6 for the Grizzlies. 6 minutes remaining in the game. Boy, time of possession is nice in this 4th quarter.
Here is where, game control comes in. They're composed. They're making sound decisions right now on the field. Casey's reading the defense well, and they're making something happen.
Gervais keeps it himself, cuts back. Okay.
Pickup of another yard or 2 yards maybe on the play.
Well, we're getting there. We're getting closer.
They're
it's
chipping
3rd
away.
down, 6 to go, it says on the clock, but
well,
I believe they picked up at least 1, Jeff.
Looks like it's about 3rd and maybe 4.5 yards.
Oh, we got movement all over.
Looks like offsides on Goffstown.
Yeah, looks like 55 Ryan Bernard might have jumped off a little bit there.
Well, I think you gotta consider, Al, right now. Do you kick a field goal?
Boy, you know what?
And go up by 9.
Someone's got to block that big. If
you can make successfully kick a field goal in this situation, Al, if they can't convert this 3rd down here, if they can't score here, I think you go for 3 to get up by 9, and then it's a 2-score game for Manchester anyway.
No, fakes it. Nowhere to go. He's spinning. 75 for the Little Green. That's Ryan Kelly on the tackle.
Yeah, and that's a pickup of about a yard for Casey, but you got to kick here, Al.
I think so. Sam is out.
Sam Sharon is out to kick.
This is a big kick here.
This is a huge point in the game with under 5 minutes left. If we can go up by multiple scores here, it's going to be a 9-point game.
Big points on the board potential here. This separates, means all the difference of 2 scores. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, boy.
Oh, and it's blocked again.
Immediately blocked by number 33. Same guy, Jorge Gomes. Boy. Oh.
And
how do we stop him from penetrating that line right there?
It starts with blocking, Alan. We don't have it on our kick team right now, but that was the right call. I think the coach had to go for it.
I think so.
You needed the 3 points to go up by 2 scores. Manchester still takes over in terrible field position here, Al. They're going to have to put on quite a drive. Let's see what. Hopefully the defense got enough rest to come out here and shut this down.
Big defensive stand here. Right to Josiah. Pickup of maybe 2 to 3 yards, but boy, a gaggle of Grizzlies bring him right down to this turf.
And there were a bunch of bodies in there, but Big Joe Small had him around the waist, and you're just not getting far with that dragging on you. I like to see when our interior linemen, you know, when the real root hogs of the game get involved and make an impact. And this week and last week, some of Goffstown's big men have been getting involved and making some tackles.
DeMoro takes a snap, quick pass. Pass is complete, tied up right away.
Taken down by Zachary Como.
Pass was complete to Nathan Guillermo, number 7 for the Little Green.
Shoestring tackle there by Zach. He did a great job of wrapping him up and taking him down. And now Manchester's got a 3rd and 1.
Well, let me guess. Either number 33, Jorge Gomes, or Josiah Wade will be getting the ball.
I would take a Gomes leading through the hole with Wade behind him if I were calling the play selection. And it looks like in the power eye, that's what they're lining up in.
They go to Gomes. Nope, they go to Wade. That is a first down. 1st and more. Little Green will have 1st and 10 from about the 25-yard line.
Sort of interesting. No real tackle on the play. They whistle the forward progress dead. He was stood up by Ian Ruthier and a host of other Grizzlies, but play whistled dead.
Just under 3 minutes remain. Grizzlies lead 21-15. A dangerous score. Could hurt things.
Oh.
Down at the 2-yard line, 2.5 remain at the dangerous separation of a score of only 15-21.
Able to get close, but saved by Marquis at the end. What a huge play by Christian Marquis.
Big play, 1st and goal for the Grizzlies. Oh, Jeff, looks like they're putting him down at the 7-yard line.
They got him down on the 7.
Maybe perhaps his knee touched. DeMoro to, whoa! Immediately brought down by Joe Small. Joe Small penetrated that line, brought him down immediately. Big defensive stand.
And that is the 5th tackle by the big man on the day, Al.
Dude, he went through that line.
There's nowhere to go when you run into that.
Great play. Second and 8 for the Little Green as we approach the 2-minute mark. Murray under pressure, pass it. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Oh no!
That's a terrible call.
They're calling. They threw a flag on it. It looks like they may be calling pass interference on Bernard. A great play
intended for number 33, Jorge Gomes.
That is the same defensive play that was put against Matt Collins when he dropped the ball earlier, and they did not call it on Manchester. Oh, they're picking it up. No, they are marching it off. That is a pass interference on Ryan Bernard. That was a bang play, and it looked like a good play on Bernard's part. They just marched off half the distance to the goal. It's 1st and 3 for the Manchester team. If Manchester can score and run down the clock here, that could be lights out. Wow, what a tough game. It's in the hands of the Grizzlies defense right now, Al, to step up and put a big shutdown on right here. I'd like to see more men in the box, Al. They got the power eye formation.
Little Green calling their last timeout.
Well, Manchester is lining up in the power eye, and that means that they're going to continue this punishing running game right up the gut.
Jorge Gomes? Josiah Wade?
I'm going to say that those two names are going to be involved.
And how about 41, as we call him, Truck, because he's not listed on the roster?
Well, you know what I'd like to see is about 8 men in the box, Al, at a minimum, so that we can get a good run-stop presence in there. It looks like we only had about 6, maybe 7. Making that stout right here would be a good idea. Boy, this brings it right down to the wire. With clock management here, this game is going to come down to the nitty-gritty.
This sure is. Under 2 minutes. This is... Well, the Grizzlies stands are on their feet. Everyone's excited.
It looks like everybody on both sides, Al, is pretty hyped up for this.
Now the stands are electric. We're hearing some life out of these fans.
Timeout, timeout. Good job by Coach Huff to kind of ice the play. Timeout at the last second. He saw something he didn't like from his defensive formation.
Boy, talk about coming down to the end of the game here, Jeff. This is an exciting game all around. And like you said, coming down to some penalties, coming down to some, one big passing play.
Well, this is certainly an exciting moment in the game. Now this does pose a situation. If Manchester is able to score here, Goffstown still has a chance to maintain a tie by shutting down the kick.
That becomes a big play. Sure does. Let's just stop him here so we don't have to worry about stopping the kick.
Let's not
Jeff.
worry about that.
Grizzlies are ready. Little Green comes to the line of scrimmage. Friday night football, high school football at its finest. Pass is broken up by Zach Como.
Oh, no.
A late flag on the play.
Oh, no, that looked like good coverage. That looked like good coverage on the part of Zachary Como there in the end zone.
Boy, I'd like to see a replay of that coverage. That coverage looked as good as you could get. He
apparently he had a hand on him. They're calling it, and that's going to be a first down.
That's remarkable.
Half the distance to the goal. It's 1st and 2 on the 2. Well, Al, it's tough to see these pass interference penalties coming in this late in the game when they haven't been calling them all game. It'd be one thing if they were calling it tight all day, but to all of a sudden step up and make these calls in the last minutes, in the final seconds of the game.
DeMoro under center, passes it to Josiah Wade. He's in the end zone. It's a touchdown, Little Green.
Well,
with a minute 39 left, the score is tied. The last chance, like you said, Jeff, is we have to get penetration. We have to block this kick.
Big Joe Small has blocked a kick in this game already today, and Goffstown can't let down. If Big Joe can penetrate through this line and pull out a miracle and get one more here, this would be a tie game with a little bit of time left on the clock. Watch Flowmaster on the edge here too.
Oh boy. The extra point is good. It's 22-21. Flowmaster came flying in. He had his bell rung. His head went right by. Boy, they got a good block on him. Minute 39, Grizzlies behind by 1 as they take over. Minute 39, folks. Grizzlies down by 1. Little Green set to kick off from their 40. Set back. Connor Bork Christian Marquis.
Well, Al, Goffstown needs to pull out a miracle here. They're going to need excellent clock management. They're going to need to get out of bounds. Stop the clock.
That's a big booming kick. Right in the hands of who you want. Whoa, both of them.
Marquis took it.
Comes up the middle. Okay. He's down at the 25-yard line. Grizzlies take over 1st and 10 from the 25 with 1 minute 34 on the clock. Well, Jeff, my opinion is we can't just get yardage for field goal because the penetration, every time we've tried to kick a point or a field goal, they've had the penetration. We need to just get the ball in the end zone.
Well, Al, there's not a lot more time to mess around with this. You got to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers.
We got to pass the ball.
Let's use a play or two right here to move the chains, set up a play, and then get the ball to Bork somewhere in space.
Gervais set back, rolls to his right. He's airing it up. Pass intended for number 26.
Looking deep.
Justin Wayner. You know, it's almost.
Now, the pressure of the situation, Casey kind of forced that throw. You know, the only good thing is that stops the clock right away.
Right.
So that's not a terrible thing. It's 2nd down. We're looking for big chunk yardage, so we don't have to worry about getting 5 or 6 yards. Casey needs to move the chains.
Gervais set back, Marquis in motion. Gervais 2 steps back, looks to pass to Bork, cuts back, bounces outside. Oh, he's met by the he's down. Met by big number 41, the truck.
Well, that's a
not calling a timeout.
Pickup of maybe a yard. Well, they burned some timeouts too, Al, which leads you to wonder how many they
Under
have
a minute,
left.
58 seconds. Gervais in the shotgun, Bork to his left. Couple steps back. Under pressure. He's wrapped up. Sacked by number 58. I'm sorry, 56.
And 41.
For the little
truck.
green, that's Javen Morse.
And 41, the big truck came off that.
39 seconds remain, Jeff, down by 1, deep in our own zone.
Well, right here, you just got to get a 1st down, Al. You got almost 40 seconds. You got to throw the ball. You got to aim for the 1st down marker, Al. They got to get to the chains, and that gives them a couple more plays. What they got to do now is just move the ball. You got to look for your playmakers. You got to get the ball to Connor Bork in space right now, or you got to. You got to trust Casey in this situation. If they have a run a spread defense and put out a prevent here, maybe Casey can pick up the 1st down running and get out of bounds to stop the clock. But something pretty special is going to have to happen here real quick. And it looks like Manchester is setting up in a prevent defense. They've got a lot of bodies deep. They're just not giving up the deep run. They've got a cover 6 going on right now on the defense.
Gervais set back to pass. He airs it up. Oh, pass intended for number 3, Matt Collins, at about midfield. On the coverage was number 25. That's Josiah Wade.
We went a lot further than just the chains there.
Yep.
And I assume Manchester's going to take a knee.
Drain out that clock. Heartbreak lost.
Boy, what a tough battle.
I thought we outplayed them the whole game, Jeff. Comes down to a couple of penalties, late penalties, like we said, in that one big pass play.
Well, and again, special teams plays in. There was a point earlier in the game, Al, where we were in field position to kick a field goal and opted not to turn the ball over. Again, that could have been a game changer. There's a lot of things here that play in. What a close battle, hard fought battle.
Immediately, as they just approach the line of scrimmage, there's flags down, Jeff.
You got to look at the helmets out there. There's the right number of players on the field, so had to be some kind of a. And Anthony's taking a knee.
That will drain out the clock, folks. That brings us to a conclusion. Little Green, 22, Grizzlies, 21. Boy, you know, it comes down to the penetration on the kicking, and Little Green just had that all day long on us. But we had the more balanced attack again, passing, throwing, passing, running. You name it, we had it done. Big defensive stands early in the game to make them punt, get field position. It was a battle of field position and time of possession. Okay, folks, that wraps up our coverage for tonight's game at Gill Stadium. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.